Hi, I'm Eve Menezes Cunningham, and welcome to the Feel Better Everyday podcast, helping you connect with and take better care of yourself and create a life you don't need to retreat from. Welcome to episode 3 of the Feel Better Everyday podcast. Today's guest is Caroline Shola-Arewa, who is the author of the fantastic book Opening to Spirit, Contacting the Healing Power of the Chakras and Honouring African Spirituality. I started working with the chakras back in 2001 when I started my crystal therapy training, and very quickly adopted them, the 7 major ones, as a way of kind of organising and living my whole life. It just really resonated for me, and I massively wish I'd had this book back then, because so much of what I was reading was by Americans, and I love the link here not just with India but with African spirituality. And with me being Indian Irish and my mother having been born and raised in Kenya, every page is just a delight, seeing how Caroline Shola-Arewa has integrated so much. And like kind of Anodea Judith is very well known for bringing Eastern philosophy and Western psychology together, but it's the kind of thing I wish I'd had decades ago, and she wrote it decades ago, and I'm delighted to share this interview with you now. And if you're interested in working with the chakras this year with me, I'm doing a Love Your Whole Self 2024 chakra journey through evemc.substack.com. So you can either sign up for free or become a paid subscriber, an extra embodied member, for €8 a month. And we'll be working through all of the major areas of life and the body, and befriending, making peace with, learning to love and be kind and potentially transform, but from a gentle, embodied, accepting way. So welcome to this 3rd episode, and thank you again, Caroline Shola-Arewa. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me for the Feel Better Everyday podcast. I met you through Facebook. I think we've been Facebook friends for years, and I think you're probably best known for this amazing book, Opening to Spirit, Contacting the Healing Power of the Chakras and Honouring African Spirituality. And it's just gorgeous. How long have you been doing this work, and what are you working on at the moment?
Wow. I've been doing this work, I would say 3.5 decades.
Mm-hmm.
So rather a long time. And what I'm working on at the moment actually is a program called Shekem Mayat, which is about heart healing. Mm-hmm. It's taking some ancient practices and teachings from one of the oldest healing systems from Kemet, which is ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
Looking at how we really heal the heart and reclaim balance and harmony.
Wonderful. And can you tell me a bit about your ideal morning routine in terms of self-care and uppercase self-care? Like, if you had all the time and space in the world, what would you be doing every morning?
Okay, so what I do in my mornings is behave as if I have all the time in the world. And so what I really like to do in the mornings, and this is, to put it in context, is after having a very kind of strict, disciplined yoga practice, where I always got up 5:30, started a practice at 6, that would go on for a minimum of an hour and a half.
Yeah.
What I do these days is what I call bed-itation.
Love it.
So now I practice meditation. And what that means is I literally just relax. I just stay in that really special place between kind of waking and sleeping.
Yeah.
Resting place that's incredibly creative.
Yeah.
So it's a kind of rich psychological and spiritual space. So that's the key thing. So, and then I'll do a meditation, I do some physical practice, and I do some reading and writing.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And if you, like, I've got COVID at the moment, so mine has gone to bare minimum. What would be your bare minimum in terms of energy or illness or any constraints in terms of self-care in the morning?
I like that question. To be honest, I think the absolute bare minimum is rest, deep
Yeah.
rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really, really essential. And probably after that, I would go to a meditation practice.
Yeah.
And then the other things that I've talked about. But I think really taking care of ourselves and kind of nurturing ourselves with rest sometimes can be quite challenging.
Absolutely.
And I think it is deeply beneficial on every level, body, mind, spirit, you know, in every way. It kind of nurtures, and certainly we need it for healing.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And I know I'm much better at the more active self-care than the resting. So this year's been a big learning for me. But what about later in the day for you in terms of ideal and actual practices or habits or routines?
Yeah, very interesting question. So I'm somebody who, and then, you know, other people may resonate with this. I'm an early morning person and I'm a late night person. I kind of can do both. And
Yeah.
I love both. So I kind of dedicate the mornings to self.
Okay.
I'm in the UK, I'm here in the UK, and a lot of my clients are in the US. I will tend to work kind of later.
Yeah.
So, you know, I may take calls or be messaging or writing or doing things kind of later in the day for UK. So after that, what I really like to do is I'm a bath person. I still like to get in the bath, get my essential oils, get my salts, and literally just soak, literally just in the bath. So that's something that I really love to do, and I find it really calming.
Yeah.
At the day, having a nice, you know, glass of either mint tea or chamomile tea or something. But just being able to jump in the bath, use some oils, floral oils, lavender, neroli, rose, all those beautiful heart oils.
Lovely. And what would be, again, your bare minimum for later in the day? Like if you didn't have access to a bath?
My bare minimum at the end of the day is I'm again, I'm somebody who I turn the bed down.
Yeah.
You know, like hotels, your bed's made. So before I get into the bed, I make it kind of inviting. I turn the bed down. And I think just taking a couple of minutes, something like we call it energy for life balance, literally just 2 minutes, just be present in this way. So your right hand on your heart center, left hand on sacral chakra. Drop into that silence and that stillness, and just be there for a couple of minutes, and then covers on.
Wonderful. Is there anything I haven't asked that you would like to answer? Anything you'd like to add?
I think we've touched on things, but maybe what I would add is just having a real awareness around what is going on with our energy. So trying to be in alignment with your energy and kind of really understanding what that takes for you, you know, recognizing that it's different for each person. And so, you know, and that we don't need to, let's say our morning routine or our evening routine, they can change, they can shift. You know, we've got that fluidity, that flexibility, and just really being in attunement and alignment with your own energy and knowing what that is. And I think one of the ways we have the chakra quiz that helps you understand your own energetic signature. So what's going on with any of the chakras at any given time that will really support you to know what it is that you need for yourself at this particular time. So I just think that's really important as well.
Where can people find that? I'm going to have links in your show notes, in the show notes, so people can find different aspects of your work. But where can they find the quiz, or where would be the one place you'd like to send them to with the talk?
If people go to my website, which is my name, so it's Shola, SHOLA, .co.uk. So
Okay.
shala.co.uk, and then you go /
Uh-huh.
chakras. So shala.co.uk / chakras. What you find on that page at the top, you'll find a whole heap of things about chakras. But
Yeah.
at the top of the page, you'll find the quiz, the chakra quiz. If you click on that, it will take you to a page, we call it the complete chakra quiz, and you can go through it. You get a report that will come out immediately that will give you your own energetic signature.
Wonderful.
It will tell you what you can do and, you know,
Yeah.
which chakra to start working on, those
Yeah.
things.
So we'll definitely include a link to that in the show notes. Thank you so much for joining me. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Eve. Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you so much for listening to episode 3 of the Feel Better Everyday podcast. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'd love to know what you're going to do differently as a result of listening. If you enjoyed it, please rate or review. It's becoming increasingly available on all the major platforms, and you can, of course, access it through the feelbettereverydaypodcast.com. I hope you have a delightful week, and next week I'll be sharing more.